Our Finance Minister P Chidambaram has said that corruption is not only India's story, that the world over in every country corruption allegations are common, no need to estimate or underestimate it. Speaking to NDTV on the Supreme Court's remarks on the CBI, Chidambaram said the expert panel formed will work towards giving CBI functional autonomy, but there should not be any interference in investigations, but accountability is important.
Mr. Chidambaram, the first question to you is that, apart from your bilateral meetings, you're also promoting India as a investment destination. But the Indian economy has been sort of showing slow growth, high inflation. There are other problems as well with the political logjam. What are you saying to investors abroad? What is your message?
Well, some of your information is dated. Inflation has come down sharply over the last 2 months. And I think the numbers for April will be even better. In fact, we are talking about core inflation having reached a zero level. What I'm telling the investors here and governments here is that there's a huge opportunity in India, especially in infrastructure. There's no other country in the world which requires so many thousand kilometers of road, so many airports, so many seaports, so much more capacity for steel, mining, power. So I think the opportunities are unlimited, and that's the story that we are telling people.
But sir, is your job made much harder by the corruption scandals back home? I mean, only just this week, 2 top ministers have had to exit the government on corruption charges. Does this make your job very difficult abroad?
No, I don't think my job is difficult or different from jobs of other finance ministers. In every country, these allegations are made. One minister resigned not because of corruption, but because of an allegation that he interfered with an investigation. The other minister resigned on moral grounds. There is no charge against him yet. There's no evidence against him yet. But I think these allegations, these charges are to be found in every country. Even this morning's British paper had stories about allegations of corruption. The head of the US tax office resigned yesterday because of allegations of favoritism. So I don't think we should exaggerate the problem in India. We shouldn't underestimate it either. We should deal with corruption with determination, with sincerity. But I don't think that is the only story coming out of India.
And sir, this is about the CBI. Just a few days ago, the Supreme Court, no less, said that, this is a caged parrot, sort of a poetic way, but a very scathing indictment of, relations between government and the CBI. What is it that you're doing particularly to improve this? Are you going to uncage this parrot, turn it into a hawk? What are you going to do?
Well, we have a group of ministers. I'm the chairman of that group. I'll have to go back and start work. There's already a lot of work done. We will give the CBI functional autonomy. But all over the world, all bodies are accountable to somebody. They're accountable to the executive, they're accountable to the legislature, they're accountable to the courts. An unaccountable body is a contradiction in terms. So we will give CBI functional autonomy, and we will assure that CBI will have a large degree of functional autonomy in the matters of investigation. I think what we have to do is to ensure that no one interferes with the investigation by the CBI. That's what we have to assure, and I'm confident my group will assure that.
And so just one other question. So this is about 2014.
Yes.
A lot of people often abroad look at this battle between Mr Modi on the one hand and Mr Rahul Gandhi. I was just talking to somebody else, and they said that why does Mr P Chidambaram not put himself forward as a prime ministerial candidate? He's Harvard educated, talking globally about India. So is it lack of ambition, or do you think there's a genuine glass ceiling in the Congress party? Why have you not put yourself forward?
I'm quite happy if you call it lack of ambition. So let's say lack of ambition. But I'm surprised that you have not asked any question about Crossrail.
Let's ask you a question about Crossrail. So, what did you think about the project, sir?
I think this is fantastic. This is the largest infrastructure project in Europe. The kind of machines they have, the kind of technologies they're employing is mind-blowing. We have tunneling projects in India for our metro projects. I think there's much we can learn from Crossrail.